little train and a big adventure. Once upon a time, in a small town, there lived a little train called Mini Train. Mini Train was the smallest and fastest train in the town. Every day, it carried the townspeople to work, school, and the market. People loved it and would say, "Safe travels, Mini Train." As it passed by, Mini Train had a big dream. It wanted to travel to the big city outside the town. It had always wondered what life was like there. But there was a problem. Mini Train was so small and fast that the bigger trains would laugh at it and say, "How will you ever make it to the city?" One day, a huge train appeared before Mini Train. This train was very large and powerful, known as the fastest train in the town. "You are just a little train," it said mockingly. "How will you ever get to the big city?" Mini Train felt a bit sad, but it found courage within itself. "One day, I will go to the big city," it said to itself. The next morning, Mini Train was ready to leave the station. But this time, it decided to do something different. Before leaving town, it approached the big train and said, "Will you follow me? Maybe we can have a big adventure together." The big train was surprised, but seeing the determination in Mini Train's eyes, it agreed to guide it. Mini Train sped ahead, following the large train out of town. At first, Mini Train was a little scared, but it quickly caught up with the big train. They passed through huge tunnels and wound their way through high mountains. Soon, Mini Train was keeping pace with the big train. It was a challenge, but it didn't give up. After passing the mountains, the big train stopped and turned to Mini Train. "You're really doing great," it said. "There's a fun place in the big city." "Here's a fun place in the big city. Our speed is something." Mini Train smiled and replied, "My speed may be small, but I have a big heart full of courage." And with one final burst of energy, it headed towards the city. When Mini Train finally arrived in the big city, the people there were amazed. The townspeople cheered as it returned home, now a local legend. From that day on, Mini Train would tell the children in the town, sometimes the biggest journeys are taken by the smallest of trains. And they all lived happily ever after because Mini Train had shown them that nothing was impossible as long as you kept going with courage and a smile.